Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the June 16th, 2026 meeting of the Board of Education for Arlington Heights School District 25. The first order of business tonight is the public hearing on the e-learning plan. So I want to ask, are there any members of the public here to speak as a part of the public hearing? Okay, seeing none, I close the public hearing at this time, and we're going to continue on with our regular meeting. First of all, I want to thank all of you that are here for joining us tonight. And I want to share that our meetings are when the school board conducts its business and are open to the public. Because we are an elected governmental body, we can only take action by majority vote in a public meeting like this one. We welcome the public to listen and observe, and we have community input sections on the agenda if you have questions or comments on the business of the board. With that, I call the regular meeting to order. And Ms. O'Brien, will you please call the roll?
Cerniglia?
Here.
Tranter? Here. Michael?
Here.
Scapalato?
Here.
Neerman? Here. Buchberger?
Here.
Jogi?
Here.
Thank you, Lana. This month, the Pledge of Allegiance will be led by the 5th grade Book Trailer Film Festival winner. So please stand if you are able for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge of allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Every month when we meet, we reserve the first space on the agenda to recognize the notable accomplishments of District 25 students. So to recognize our guests, first of all, thank you for being here. And tonight, we are starting with the fifth grade Book Trailer Film Festival winners. Dr. K, will you take it from here?
Yeah, for sure. Good evening, everyone. Thanks for coming, and we are grateful for Eleanor, who is being recognized this evening for the 5th grade Book Trailer Film Festival winning team. And I also asked if she'd do the pledge, so thank you for doing both, double duty tonight. And I also wanted to recognize two of the teachers that were here that helped do the 5th grade Book Trailer Film Festival. So if I could have two of our LMC teachers come on up, Becky DeFern and Amy Reed. Thanks for coming.
Hi, everybody. This was probably the 4th or the 5th time that we've held the 5th grade Book Trailer Festival, but it was on a little bit of a break for the last couple of years. So this year we had 20 participating classrooms over 5 different schools, and each one of the kiddos worked on creating a book trailer for a book that they would like to recommend to their 5th grade classmates. They worked on it during their time together with us in the LMC, and it took about how long do you think it took you? 2 weeks. She was very fast, apparently. I think for some schools it took somewhere between a month to maybe 6 weeks. So they had enough time in the LMC time to work on it together. So there was each one of the students in each class created it using Canva, and then we swapped classrooms. And so every 5th grade classroom shared their videos with another partner classroom from another school, and they evaluated it on 3 different things. There was one winning video for each class, so 20 winners, and they were sent then to the district competition. And a group of administrators here watched all 20 of the winning videos or the book trailers, and the winners are here tonight. Well, one of our friends is here tonight. So the first place winner was from Olive, a girl named Eliana Karras. She was in Mr. Edstrom's class, and her book trailer was for a book called It Found Us. We had a lot of scary books that ended up getting lots of votes. Second place, I did get some feedback. Hatchet was on it twice. There was 2 Hatchet fans, and some of the administrators who watched it were very happy that Hatchet was still very popular with kids. It's a bit of a classic, and that was from Tess Finnegan, who's not here tonight, but she's a 5th grader from Patton. And then our winner, who's with us tonight, is from Windsor. This is Eleanor Elston, and she, again, kind of picked a scary book. The book is called The Girl in the Lake. Was that on Blue Stem this year? Last year's Blue Stem. Blue Stem is an award, book award for 3rd, 4th, and 5th graders. So is it okay if we watch your trailer? Okay. Looks like someone's going to technically help me.
So let's do a culminating photo with the board and you, one of our winners from Windsor, and the teachers. Come on in. You're not missing out on this. We'll put you right in the center, Eleanor. Yes. Thanks, Mr. Harris. Of course. Nice job. You're very welcome. Congratulations. All right, next we have some state qualifiers from both South and Thomas Middle School for track and field, and I'm thrilled to see you guys came out tonight in your summer, so thank you. Maybe there's ice cream or Kona Ice in your future for you coming to an old school, but a school event during the summer. So thank you guys for coming. So if I could welcome up the coaches from South Middle School, Tim Evans, Kim Radzak, Danny Stassen, and Tyler Stordahl. Come on up from South. All right, so I'll give you guys the mic to introduce the students.
All right, we've got a lot of athletes we are very proud of this year. You got to pull up my notes here. Hold on. All right, we do want to give out some thank yous right away. So first off, we want to start by thanking the board just for allowing us the opportunity to do this every year. It really is an awesome chance for students to show their skills and capabilities, and it's really a fun thing for the whole community. We'd like to thank the parents as well. We know there are a lot of parents involved in making this happen. We know track and field, the meets are not usually 30 minutes. They're usually many long hours. So thank you for your time, your dedication, and really everything you put into this. So thank you. We'd also like to thank Thomas for sharing the track with us and being such a friendly competitor across the street. It really is, again, another cool thing we could see the athletes build together, both Thomas and South. I'd like to thank my other coaches, Coach Danny Stassen, Coach Tyler Stordahl, and Coach Kim Radzak. Those two couldn't be here tonight, but the four of us as a whole, we make it work. There's over 100 kids in the program, so it really does take all of us. And then last, but certainly not least, thank you to our athletes. Our athletes, every year I'm amazed by the times they run, the heights they jump, but this year more than anything, I'm amazed by how much they have grown as people. From the beginning of the season to the end of the season, some kids stepping up into leadership positions and really growing as a whole team. It really is pretty awesome to see, so thank you, athletes. We do have some records, and we want to talk about state a little bit. So starting off with one student, her name is Marley Camardella. She took second in state overall in the high jump. Could we give her a quick round of applause? Another team we want to mention from down at state, the 8th grade girls sprint medley relay team. They took 4th overall with a time of 4:30. That team consisted of Bella Caldera, Mila Kay, Quinn Johnson, and Marley Camardella. Quick round of applause for them. We also want to recognize Bella Caldera for breaking one of our school records this year in the 1,600-meter run. She ran a 5:21, earning herself 9th place at state overall. Round of applause for Bella Caldera. And then moving over to the boys, we want to recognize the 7th grade boys relay team. That's the 4x1. They took 5th place in state. They also set our school record this year with a time of 49.59. Again, they took 5th in state. That team consisted of Oliver Zaravica, Isaac Gordon, Hubert M., and Joseph Bradkey. Round of applause for them. And then we have one more record we want to share. He ran the 100-meter dash this year. He ran a time of 12.2. He took 5th place in state. It is the first time we've had a medalist in the 100-meter for South. So round of applause for Isaac Gordon. All right, this next part I'm just going to go ahead and read off all the kids that were involved on the state team. So when I call your name, I think you can come on up and get a pretty cool district bag here. Number 1, Joseph Bradkey. Do we do the one clap? Yeah, we can do that. Bella Caldera, Marley Camardella, Loretta Cox, Isaac Gordon, London Giersch, Quinn Johnson, Mila Kay, Lydia Leffelman, Kaylee Leone, Uber M., and Oliver Zaravica. Thank you to all of our athletes this season.
Love was holding all the cards and always kept me in the dark. I never thought I could shake this heartache until I saw your light, and it's got me feeling like life is good, yeah. Life is good, yeah. Yeah, in my darkest times, you got me feeling like I've been walking on air. Left all my worries and cares. I've got no burdens around you. I don't care who knows I love you. 'Cause I've been so lost without you. And in my darkest times, you got me feeling like life is good, yeah. Life is good, yeah. Yeah, in my darkest times, you got me feeling like
All right, let's take a photograph with the board as well. You can display your bags if you'd like, but don't cover up those state final gear. Looks great. Parents, photos. All right, congratulations, South. All right, next we'd like to recognize, staying in the same sport, track and field, the Thomas Middle School athletes. The coaches this year for track and field at Thomas are Aaron D'Amico, Brad Keeler, Joe Kim, and Chris Papronis. I see a couple are here, so come on up. Let's give them a round of applause. How are you, Christy?
I'm good.
Good to see you. Are you talking?
Yeah, I am. Can we actually play the video first and then do all of our thank yous and celebrations?
Of course.
Morning on the bus, shoes in a bag, pinned up jerseys were flying our flag, hair tied back and the squad's in row. One more meet, now watch us go. We chased every lap in the cold gray dawn, kept showing up when the legs felt gone. Now the whole team's locked and the goal is clear. Stayed on the board and we're almost there. Hear that buzz in the air. We've been built for this. One deep breath, eyes ahead. Now we take a shot. Stay bound, stay bound. We came to run it down. Stay bound, stay bound. Hear our names in the crowd. Big heart, we've been ready from the start. Stay bound, stay bound. We're gonna leave a mark. Sprinters on the curve like a shot from the gun. Jumps in the sand and the crowd goes on. Throwers in the ring with the fearless grin. Every event, yeah, we all in. Late practice sweat and we sore leg days. Teachers said work, so we found our way. Now we stand tall in the team line blue. Nothing but courage when the flags all wave. Hear that buzz in the air. We've been built for this. One deep breath, eyes ahead. Now we take a shot. Stay bound, stay bound. We came to run it down. Stay bound, stay bound. Hear our names in the crowd. Big heart, we've been ready from the start. Stay bound, stay bound.
In wave 4, Terry Johnson from the
If the lane gets tight, we lean in. If the bar gets high, we rise again. Every step, every throw, every jump we make, that's our moment. Take no break. Stay bound. We came to
2 in lane 2, Owen Staggs from Fremont in lane 3, Ethan Hansen from Winnebago in 4, Clay Q from Germantown in 2.
fast feet. Big heart, we've been ready from the start. Stay bound, stay bound. Yeah, we're making history We're gonna leave a mark.
All right, so we would also like to start with a few thank yous. Thank you to our district and building admin for your constant support. We really appreciate it. Thank you so much to the South coaches. We love working with you. You're kind, you're awesome, you're professional. It's a really great partnership, and we're really happy about that. And thank you to the parents for always dealing with the weather, the hot and the cold, the rainy, and whatever else. Driving the kids everywhere, because we had practices at Winston campus this year. We had practices at Harper, at Rolling Meadows. Of course, then we're down in Peoria, so thank you so much, and of course, always for your kindness and support. We're going to introduce all the kids, bring them up here, and then say a few things and share a few highlights, okay? So, when your name is called, come on up. Emma Amos, Lorelei Butcher, Claire Casey, Zoha Chaudhry, Brandon Cole, Lauren Cole, Alex Cruz, Ashlyn Erickson, Camden Erickson, Nathan Erickson, Megan Fritchie, hold on, Grace Gabianelli, Julia Gervis, Anthony Hicks, Barrett Irvin, Michael Matthew, Lena Miashaw, Maddie Maluski, Katie Neary, Maddie Reese, Austin Ryder, Addison Sir, Maddie Sir, Katie Zabo, Lucy Weaver, and Eliana Ye. All right, so this is a really, really great group of kids. There are so many wonderful things to say about them. But just a few highlights. First of all the kids who ran in the sprint medley this year are now holding the Thomas record, because it's the first time it was held in IESA history. So that's really awesome. In addition to that, the 8th grade relay of Katie Zabo, Zoha Chaudhry, Claire Casey, and Maddie Sir took first in state and hold the state record. Katie Zabo holds the 8th grade record for high jump. Michael Matthew holds the 7th grade record for long jump with a distance of 5.41 meters, and he placed 7th in state. The 7th grade girls 4x4 relay of Maddie Maluski, Lauren Cole, Julia Gervis, Katie Neary, Lorelei Butcher, and Grace Gabianelli placed 11th in state and broke the previous 7th grade record by 2.5 seconds. Austin Ryder broke 2 7th grade records this year in the 800 and the mile. These runs earned him a 7th place finish at state in the mile and 14th in the 800. Maddie Sir broke the Thomas 8th grade record for the 800 and the mile, winning state in both 7th and 8th grade. And she currently holds the IESA state record in the mile with a time of 5:06.81. These are really, really great accomplishments. But 2 final comments. The best thing about these kids is not that they're fast and that they're super competitive, but they're really nice. When we shared the list of kids who were going downstate, the Thomas staff said, oh my gosh, this is such a nice group of kids, and that's really like the best thing about them. We would like to say good luck, well actually I think we have all 7th graders here. Well, good luck to the 8th graders though, as they pursue their running endeavors in high school. And then for the 7th graders, we are very excited about another great year next year. I think that's everything. And we'll see you here next year. Okay, let's do it. All right.
And the coaches.
Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you. I heard that time correct, a mile in 5:09. Impressive. Awesome. Congratulations, Thomas. We'll see you guys next year. This is the point in the meeting where we'll transition to other topics. So if you want to gracefully exit, now's the perfect time. Kona ice, ice cream. You guys can all run there or jump. Thanks for coming tonight. Take care, guys.
right, we're going to continue on with our meeting, and that brings us to our communications from district partners. PTA is first, and I believe, Melissa, if you're ready, we have a report from Erin Lekomsky.
Yes, thank you so much. Our Arlington Heights Council of PTA President Erin Lekomsky sent in this report. Welcome to summer, and a quick note from the Arlington Heights Council of PTAs. Local unit PTAs are coming down from the whirlwind that is the end of the school year. New boards are being trained and handed the reins. Much like the school district, eyes are on August, and the wheels are already in motion for lots of family welcome events and student fun. Several units host playground meet and greets throughout the summer to welcome both new and established families. Thank you to the District 25 Summer U program for partnering with the council to disseminate information for the next 5th grade mixer coming up in August. Summer U teachers will be getting our flyer for the event out to all students participating in the middle school readiness course. Their assistance reaching our target audience is invaluable. The Arlington Heights Council of PTA wraps up the school year with nearly 3,500 memberships among its 9 member PTAs and nearly $4,700 raised via Pack the Piggies, which goes to scholarships for former District 25 students. And way to go. As always, thank you for your interest and support. What a year. Best, Erin Lekomsky.
Thank you, Melissa. And Dr. K, do we have a report from ABC 25?
Just acknowledging that they are planning lots of activities to engage with the community in the next school year. And they thank you and the community for all their support and all those that joined as members this year, the ABC 25 Foundation.
Great. Thank you, Dr. K. Allison Berg, it is time. Welcome, and we look forward to this month's ATA report.
It's not really a report. Wah, wah. No slideshow, although I could make one. I am at Summer U, and it's been a lot of fun so far. I just wanted to take a quick moment to just say thank you to the board and the administration for the collaborative work done by all to ratify a new teacher contract. It's very exciting. The ATA would like to recognize the efforts by all and to express our gratitude for the positive relationships that we share. We know that not all school districts operate this way, and we are grateful that the ATA administration and board can all engage in healthy collaborative discussions that continue to make District 25 such a great place for our families, our communities, our students, and our teachers. So thank you, thank you.
Thank you, Allison.
Yeah. Have a good, that's it.
This brings us to the community input section of the agenda. If a member of the public wishes to address any item on tonight's agenda, we ask that you please complete one of the blue forms provided at the table by the door and hand the card to Lana O'Brien. Please note on your card if you wish to speak now at the first community input opportunity, or if you wish to speak later, should we have a second opportunity. And I think no blue slips. All right, then we will continue on to board communications. Board members, any updates you wish to share this month? Liz, you want to start us off?
Absolutely. Thank you, Mr. President. I was lucky enough to be at the South graduation, both as a board member and a parent. And I'd just like to share that I think oftentimes when our 8th graders go, we just think it's middle school, but they truly are graduating from all of District 25. And, you know, just kindergarten all the way through, the teachers are amazing, the parents are amazing, the kids are amazing. I'm sure it was the same at the Thomas graduation, but it's just a great opportunity to really think about the entire education all of our students receive. And congratulations to all of our staff for making that happen.
Great. Thank you, Liz. Other updates?
Happy to jump in.
Okay, Anisha?
Echoing what Liz said, it was really nice to be at both graduations at Thomas and South. It's absolutely, for us as board members, to be at these celebrations. It's just truly, truly heartwarming. Like what Liz was saying, Liz did an incredible job speaking at the South Middle School graduation. And I am so proud of, well, I don't know how she did it, because if my child was graduating, I'd be tears, and there was no tears. So, yeah, and she did it such a nice job. So it was an incredible, the staff at both Thomas and South, the amount of hard work that goes into putting this whole graduation ceremony together with everything and switching in between and not having, it's not like Thomas has a whole night to prepare. They only have, I don't know, about an hour to do this and turn this whole thing around and have the stage and the backdrop and everything changed. So it looks seamless, but I know a lot goes into it. So truly thank you to the administrators and the staff who were there to make it such a special day for both sets of schools, communities. So a little bit on that, and then I wanted to share just a few other things. It's been a while, now that the sun is out, I've been trying to walk different neighborhoods, and I decided instead of walking my own little neighborhood all the time, I've been trying to go to different school neighborhoods, and I happened to be walking the Windsor School neighborhood and saw the Dryden Garden project. It's been a while since I've been in that area, and just it's so fantastic. I feel like I was there when it first started and when we were putting the wood planks together, and now it's such an established kind of setup they have, and there was a volunteer there who was kind of keeping all the garden properly, and just really thankful to a teacher she mentioned from Windsor School. I think it was an Allison, maybe I have the name wrong, but really grateful to the Partnership for District 25 in making this Dryden Garden project so well. Was that you, Allison?
I'm counting how many Allisons are working
Yeah.
at the school. I'm not the only one.
Okay, so I think it was you, maybe Allison.
Or maybe
And
Amy.
Allison,
Or
all the
maybe
Allisons,
Amy.
she said.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
Or
Well,
Amy.
I'll take it. I'll go ahead and just take that.
Or maybe Amy. So well, anyway, the Windsor School staff. So she was just very thankful to the Windsor School staff. So it was so nice to see that and seeing the Dryden apartments there and walking through the condos. So it's really nice just to see how a community is kind of centered around this Dryden Garden project. And in talking about community, the farmers market is on Saturdays, and it's been really neat. I've gone every Saturday. I didn't go last Saturday because we had something, and I know this Saturday we as a board have another obligation. But going to the farmers market, seeing families there, seeing the music and music for youth students kind of playing, and the small businesses, and it's just really nice to kind of bump into different families when we're there. So our Arlington Heights Farmers Market is rated as the #1 farmers market in Illinois. So it's really a proud moment for us as community members and a community entity to see that happening. And the last thing I'll mention is that the Arlington Heights Memorial Library Foundation had their scholarship reception last night, and 4 students were awarded, District 214 students were awarded the scholarship, and they're District 25 alums. So just a really nice event and showcasing these students who are going into kind of the maker kind of careers and so forth. So a great event there too. So just lots happening. It's summer, we should all be at the beach, but as a community, everybody's hard at work making sure that they're cheering on the youth in our community. So really nice to see. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you, Anisha. Other updates? Kevin?
Mr. President?
Yes, Kevin.
On Saturday, I had the opportunity to attend the IASB Academy for board presidents and vice presidents. It was a great event. Started with a keynote by PJ Kaposi, who is a superintendent from a district in Oregon, and he spoke about the importance and the weight and responsibility of the relationship that a board builds with its superintendent. Then we had a lot of, throughout the day, we had a lot of what they called leader link-ups. We had the opportunity to move around the room and talk to board officers from other districts in Illinois. So I had a lot of good new professional connections with other board members, which was great. We had a session on parliamentary procedure, which was actually far more interesting than it sounds and than I expected it to be. There was another session about how to make board meetings effective, efficient, and so it was really fascinating and interesting experience for me, and I'm happy to answer any questions later on from any of my fellow board members if they'd like to hear more about it. Thanks.
Great. Thank you, Kevin. Anyone else? Oh, Liz, go ahead.
Sure, thank you. I was able to attend the District 214 State of the District luncheon, and it was really interesting. They focused on their strategic plan, and from our perspective, it was really nice to see that the work that we're doing is funneling very nicely into what our students will be doing in 214. And we had a nice little shout out to the good work we're doing here. So it was a great event, and our kids are going in a fantastic direction.
Great. Thank you, Liz. Anyone else? Nope. All right. I think we're ready to move on to the legislative report. Kevin?
All right, this is a pretty long one, I'm sorry to say, so get comfortable. I'll start at the federal level. You may have seen just today in the news, the Trump administration said it will be moving forward with plans to move much of the Office of Special Education and Rehabilitative Services underneath the Department of Health and Human Services, and then also moving much of the Education Department's Office of Civil Rights to the U.S. Department of Justice. To be determined what impact that will have on K-12 districts, but pretty big news in the world of education there. If you happened to see the most recent legislation newsletter from IASB, some of the information that was shared in there, on June 9th, the U.S. House Appropriations Committee adopted legislation for the fiscal year 2027 that had a lot of deep cuts to K-12 education funding. Some of those cuts include 10% cut to Title I funding, reduction by $271 million in education research, which amounts to a 36% cut, and then multiple K-12 programs completely being eliminated, including teacher training, state assessments, English language acquisition, migrant, neglected, and delinquent student funding, education for homeless children and youths funding, arts in education funding, and preschool development grants, just to name a few. So this did pass the House. They have not yet announced when the Senate Appropriations Committee will be voting on this and putting forward their proposal, but that's where we are now at the federal level with education funding. On Friday, I think it was June 5th, the EdRed monthly meeting took place. I was not able to attend either in person or virtually, but I did review the meeting slides. So some of the information they shared, a lot of this is going to sound probably familiar because these are bills that I've brought up in the past, but a lot of these have now had action taken by both the House, the Illinois House and the Illinois Senate since the last time we met. So the first one is e-learning days for election days. That did pass both chambers, so we'll be going to the governor's desk for his signature. As you probably have heard, because this one's been a big one this year, the cell phone ban, Senate Bill 2427 did pass both chambers, and Pritzker, I know, is eager to sign that one. So that goes into effect the 27-28 school year, and it does offer exceptions for students with medical needs, IEPs, 504 plans, things like that. It does require that districts review and revise their policies once put into place every 3 years. The next one, we've talked in the past about bills to prevent excessive FOIA abuse against school districts because it takes up a lot of time. So there are exceptions that have been added to FOIA exemptions for communications between school and students, parents, or guardians. Those are protected against FOIA requests. And then, actually, I'm not going to go into further detail on that one right now. That one has only passed the House so far, so it still has to pass the Senate. A lot of updates on MCAT funding, which I know has come up multiple times before. So although there has been an increase in areas for special ed tuition, special ed orphanage, special ed transportation, regular transportation, free and reduced lunch and breakfast programs, in spite of all of those increases, they still don't meet the level of demand that school districts have shared with the state is needed. So we're still in a place in between where we need to be and where we currently are. The notice to remedy bill did pass both chambers. I know there was a lot of discussion about that, and I know Greg had encouraged us to reach out to our legislators about that one, so that did pass. Other hot bills EdRed has been watching that have passed both chambers, the teacher evaluation and use of AI. It's prohibited in use of evaluative scores or rankings now, or it will be once that gets signed by the governor. And then the removal of the student growth component from teacher evaluation if both parties cannot reach an agreement and no collective bargaining agreement requires its use. That also passed both chambers. And then finally, at least on my side, I'll let Stacy add anything if there's anything she thinks I missed or that she knows that I'm not aware of. The annual EdRed Legislative Breakfast will be on Friday, August 7th. They have not shared a location or time yet that I'm aware of, but I'll certainly share that once I know more. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Kevin. Anisha, we're ready for the IASB and COSPA update.
Yeah, not anything new as far as ISB. You know, I think many of us have signed up for the conferences. I wanted to highlight to our newer members, not new members, now they're like very experienced members, that on Friday at the ISB conference, there's also these half-day and full-day sessions. Deb, I think you were there last time. So that publication, as far as, you know, that's sometimes on a different track. So if you want to go to these Friday sessions, have a look. There's some good sessions there as well. So on Fridays. So that's that. And then with the COSBA, as Melissa and I prep for advocating at the Capitol, you know, if there's any issues that you would like us to advocate with our federal leaders, we should keep those in mind, let them marinate, tell us about them. We'll be doing a lot of work ahead with our friends at COSBA and as they prep us, and we'll be talking to Dr. Kay as well to just make sure that we're informed about what are our stories here locally that we're going to take to our congressmen and our you know, U.S. federal senators as well. So we'll be thinking about it. We'd love for the input from all of you as well. So thank you.
Great.
Mr. President, I
yes.
apologize. Can we return to the legislative
Please,
for
yes.
just a moment? Because my notes are unusual, but I have two separate tabs, and I completely neglected one of them entirely. On Thursday last week, Dr. Jogi and I both attended the EdRed Mini Summit, and I'll let her add any info that she would like to add about it. I attended first a session on evidence-based funding, which again, a lot of interesting and useful information was shared. Some of it, what I just shared, and again, I'm not going to belabor any of that, but if anyone has any additional questions about what I learned about evidence-based funding or MCAT funding or anything else, I'm happy to share more information about that. And then I also attended a fantastic session about board leadership and culture and governance presented by our own Dr. Jogi. And she did a fantastic job. It was very impressive, and she definitely, I think, did our board, our district, and herself proud on that session. And then there was a keynote by Patrick Cook-Deegan, who is the founder and CEO of Wayfinder Schools, which was a really interesting keynote and topic to learn more about. So apologize for forgetting to share that my first time around, and thank you for allowing me the opportunity to add that in.
I'll jump in there. I forgot too. It seems like so long ago. No, it was, yeah, the EdRed Summit was great. It was great to be there with Kevin. Especially when you're presenting. Usually I love presenting with my board colleagues, and it's so much fun to have like diverse perspectives, but I didn't want to volunteer them, you know, any more than I do. So I took this one on by myself. But it was great to have Kevin there because you almost need tech support always, and it's nice to have a friend who's really good at that. So the session went really well and well received, and it's always great to highlight District 25 as my biased example that I get to share about our board culture. And a lot of questions come like when we're presenting as far as like how did we do this, how do we do this. So it's great, and I pulled Kevin in to answer some questions as well of folks. So it's really affirms like people want this information, and what we did took a lot of intentionality and continued intentionality about our culture and how we continue to build trust and build relationships within ourselves and within our community. So, and all the different little things that we do. So it's no secret sauce that we have here. We want to share it out with the world. So that was really good to do. I also attended a session before mine called A Board Member, a Superintendent, and Attorney Walk into a Room. And it's well done because you have these different perspectives, and our board friend Mary Kay Prusnick from Schaumburg was on that panel, so it was nice to hear again. And it always fascinates me that, many of us have so many years of experience, and it's nice to, after 8 years, I'll go to a session like that, and I'll be like, oh my gosh, yeah, like it's still, there are all these great reminders. So I always walk away learning something, and it's nice to see how different boards do things differently. So I love the Ed Red Mini Summit because it's smaller, it's intimate, and then you're able to take away, and you have a lot of districts in the same session. So, and the keynote speaker was great. It was interesting to think about SEL and the take on SEL and how SEL grows into high school and this piece of purpose-driven education. I thought that was very well done. It was really interesting. So, and good to collaborate with board members across our areas. So yeah, it was good. Thanks for reminding me.
All right, thank you both. And so we're ready to move on to NSSEO, and Liz.
Sure, thank you. And NSSEO negotiations are continuing. We'll have more on that hopefully soon. Post this meeting, I have the NSSEO resolution regarding school access, student privacy, and immigration enforcement actions that I will share with Brian, who will share out to you. I know we were all supportive. I wanted you to get a chance to actually look at the document. And if you have any questions post-meeting, please shoot them my way via email.
Great, thank you, Liz. Our next agenda item is the consent agenda. This is an action item. Can I have a motion, please?
Mr. President.
Yes, Liz.
I move that the Board of Education approve those items on the consent agenda as follows. A, personnel report and addendum to the personnel report. B, treasurer's report. C, invoices. D, regular and closed session meeting minutes of May 19th, 2026. E, accept donations for 2025-2026. G, superintendent memberships and professional development. H, fixed asset disposal report.
Thank you, Liz. A second, please.
Second.
Thank you, Kevin. Lana, if you could please call the vote.
Tranter,
Yes.
Michael,
Yes.
Scapalato,
Yes.
Neerman,
Yes.
Buchberger,
Yes.
Jogi,
Yes.
Cerniglia.
Yes.
All right, thank you, Lana. The motion carries 7-0, which means we're at the student learning section of the agenda. We start with an action item for the approval of the 2026-2027 e-learning plan. Can I have a motion, please?
Mr. President.
Yes, Liz.
I move that the Board of Education approve the 2026-2027 through 2028-2029 e-learning plan as presented.
Thank you, Liz. A second, please.
Second.
Thank you, Kevin. And welcome, Dr. Fitzpatrick. So if you take us through the proposed e-learning plan.
Sure, yeah, there's really actually not much to tell. What we are proposing is pretty much the same version of the plan that we've had for the last 3 years. So according to Illinois School Code, it affords every school district in the state of Illinois the option of having an e-learning plan. Just as a reminder to the board, the district still maintains the ability to make a decision about whether we execute an e-learning plan on an inclement weather day or have just a regular snow day. So that still is in existence. Dr. K surveyed option for staff and families to provide feedback, and we're happy to report that information that came back, feedback came back from that survey, generally supports the plan in its current form. So also as a part of Illinois School Code, we need to verify the plan annually and then review it every 3 years. So I'm bringing it to you now for a review. So this is our third iteration of an e-learning plan. We've certainly learned a lot along the way, but again, the feedback that we received is that the plan as it stands seems to be meeting the needs of our students and our families for a situation that obviously is not anticipated, but still provides for continuity of learning. Oh, and I just lost my train of thought about something else I wanted to say. Oh, this is really important. Or at least I think so. It's also as a part of our plan, Brian gives notification if he's at all thinking about an e-learning day for the next day. We would only call one if he had the opportunity to let our staff know ahead of time so that they could send our students home with materials that they would need for the following day. So that's a key piece for us in this district in making that decision. We want to make sure that not only our teachers are prepared, but our students are prepared, and then, of course, notification going out to the families once that decision's been made. So outside of a couple of language tweaks, the plan really remains as it was in the past. So happy to answer any questions.
Great. Thank you, Becky. Any questions from the board? Becky, I just want to say thank you for reminding us that what we're talking about tonight is what happens if we need to use it. We're not saying when we would use it. So thank you for that reminder, and also reminding us about the survey and the feedback we got on it. So thank you for both those things. So if we're ready, then Lana, if you could please. Oh, I'm sorry.
No, I just had a comment, Mr. President. Thanks for reminding us, Dr. Fitzpatrick, about the survey, because that was really helpful. And thanks, Dr. Kay, for sending it out, because for us as a board, it gives us a wider lens than our own, right? And to really hear back and be like, wow, this is what the community thinks, and they do want it to, they appreciate what's happening right now. So that was helpful to know. Thank you, the thought exchange.
Yeah, Becky, I appreciate you bringing it up, and I don't think anyone wants to package this and sell it as the best plan in the world, but it does match what our needs are when we have to call an e-learning day. So I think there was a discussion we've had at this table that there are challenges with the plan when we send home a device or a packet and expect a kindergartner to be fairly independent or a first grader to be independent. It's not a perfect system. It's not a perfect plan. It's not intended to be long-term. It's intended to be very short-term. So it's a great plan for what it's trying to accomplish. So I appreciate you bringing up the survey. Allows us to get a very quick impression from not only our parents, but our staff on how is it going, is there anything we need to tweak? Again, we're not trying to build the best e-learning plan in the world so we can use it all the time. It's intended to be used for emergencies when needed. I'm not trying to downplay it. I just want to be cognizant of the purpose of it.
Yeah, I'll say, yeah, it is interesting, right, because there are different perspectives. As board members, we hear different perspectives. Yet, as a qualitative and data person, right, when we're taking in all the data, then we're able to also put our own perspectives into, hey, this is what the community at large is saying. So it's helpful for our own blind spots too, possibly.
Yeah, and I think that real-time feedback has really helped us settle into this plan is working for the purpose it's designed for. Yep.
Great. Thank you for all those comments. And Lana, if you could please call the vote.
Michael?
Yes.
Scapalato?
Yes.
Neerman?
Yes.
Buchberger?
Yes.
Jogi?
Yes.
Cerniglia?
Yes.
Tranter?
Yes.
Thank you, Lana. The motion carries 7-0. We're continuing on to an information item for instructional materials for 26-27. So, Becky, again.
So this is an item that we bring to the board every year. According to Board Policy 6210, the superintendent or designee is responsible for bringing to the board an updated list of core curricular materials that we utilize in the district. So we have updated that list. The only change for this coming school year is one that you are probably pretty aware of because we just recently brought it to the board, which is our new middle school math curriculum, SAVIS and Vision Plus, that will be utilized in our core 6th, 7th, and 8th grade math classes for this next year. Otherwise, everything else remains the same. And we publish that on our website immediately following this meeting.
Okay. Thank you, Becky. Any questions from the board? Okay, we're ready to move on. Thank you again. And we are in the business and finance section of the agenda. We start with an action item for the 2026-2027 paper bid. Can I have a motion, please?
Mr. President.
Yes, Liz.
I move that the Board of Education award the paper bid for the 2026-2027 to Murnane Paper.
Thank you, Liz. A second, please.
Second.
Thank you, Kevin. Stacy, if you could take the board through the bid recommendation.
Yes, so we annually go out to bid for paper because we have a number of paper companies that are fairly local to District 25 that we tend to get better pricing going out to bid independently than we do going with any of the larger contracts. So we continue to do that, and as I actually had an email today asking about why we didn't go with one of the state contracts that was bid out, I shared with them that our local bid per case amount, and it's, I believe, at least $2 a case less than, which we did review the state contract before making this recommendation.
Great, thank you, Stacy. Any questions from the board? All right, Lana, if you could please call the vote.
Scapalato,
Yes.
Neerman, Buchberger,
Yes.
Jogi,
Yes.
Cerniglia,
Yes.
Tranter,
Yes.
Michael.
Yes.
Thank you, Lana, and the motion carries 7-0. We have another action item for the resolution to transfer interest from the working cash fund. Can I have a motion, please?
Mr. President,
Yes, Liz?
I move that the Board of Education approve the resolution transferring interest earned on the working cash fund to the capital projects fund.
Thank you, Liz. A second, please.
Second?
Thank you, Kevin. Stacy?
Again, this is an annual transfer we do in an effort to allocate funds to support future capital projects. It is anticipated in the budget in the amount of $209,800. We've already exceeded that amount through April. However, since that is what was limited in the budget, we are transferring that full amount.
Thank you, Stacy. Any questions? All right, seeing none, Lana, could you call the vote?
Neerman,
Yes.
Buchberger,
Yes.
Jogi,
Yes.
Cerniglia,
Yes.
Tranter,
Yes.
Michael,
Yes.
Scapalato.
Yes. Thank you, Lana, and the motion carries 7-0. We have another action item for the resolution authorizing intervention in proceedings before the State of Illinois Property Tax Appeal Board. Can I have a motion, please?
Mr. President,
Yes, Liz?
I move that the Board of Education approve the resolution authorizing intervention in proceedings before the State of Illinois Property Tax Appeal Board.
Thank you, Liz. A second, please.
Second?
Thank you, Kevin. Stacy?
Yes, this resolution would allow our legal counsel that we use in conjunction with District 214 to intervene on property tax appeals that we are notified of, which are only those that are seeking a reduction of in EAV of $100,000 or more. We typically look to see if the tax impact will exceed $15,000, and then I review all those and then indicate to them that we will intervene on those. As the board is aware, we have anywhere from $600,000 to $1 million in refunds every year. Not all of them are through PTAB, and many of them, if they're under a valuation reduction of $100,000, we don't even get to know about. So this is just one way that at least we can have a voice in trying to negotiate some of those more corporate, typically with that level, to negotiate those EAV assignments through PTAB.
Okay. Thank you, Stacy. Any questions from the board? All right. Seeing none, Lana, could you please call the vote?
Buchberger,
Yes.
Jogi,
Yes.
Cerniglia,
Yes.
Tranter,
Yes.
Michael,
Yes.
Scapalato,
Yes.
Neerman.
Yes.
Thank you, Lana. The motion carries 7-0. And thank you, Stacy. We're going to continue on to the Personnel and Planning section of the agenda. And we start with an action item. And this is to approve the 2026 through 2030 Arlington Teachers Association Agreement. Can I have a motion, please?
Mr. President,
Yes, Liz.
I move that the Board of Education approve the 2026 through 2030 professional agreement between the Arlington Heights School District 25 Board of Education and the Arlington Teachers Association.
Thank you, Liz. Second, please.
Second?
Thank you, Kevin. And welcome, Kendra. And if you could share with the board. a little bit
Yes,
about this.
so thank you so much for having me here. It was such an honor to work on this team with both the ATA. Allison noted the collaboration between the teams and then our board team to come to this agreement. So some highlights of this agreement included is a 4-year contract that we're presenting. It maintains fiscal responsibility while also supporting our ability to remain a competitive employer. in what has become an increasingly challenging educational labor market. In addition, the agreement memorializes several understandings we had reached between the association over the life of the previous contract. It includes provisions that support teacher safety, professional training, workload considerations, and compensation for long-serving staff members. Most importantly, the agreement positions District 25 to continue attracting and retaining highly qualified educators while balancing our responsibility to our taxpayers and maintaining fiscal stability. I want to actually sincerely note the 3 members here who participated on the team, being Brian Cerniglia and Kevin Michael and Melissa Buchberger as our alternate. Their leadership and collaboration throughout the process helped affirm that the board would support all of these topics moving forward. So thank you very much to the 3 of you for being members of our team. So on behalf of the administration, I respectfully recommend approval of the Arlington Teacher Association's collective bargaining agreement as presented, and would be happy to answer any questions for the board.
Thank you, Kendra. Any questions from our board? Well, I would like to share that it would be hard to overstate the importance of a well-crafted contract with our Arlington Teachers Association. And really, from everything we've heard, you know, the tone of the negotiations as well as the contract that we've arrived at, it really provides a foundation for our continued positive and collaborative relationship with the ATA. And it codifies, it puts in, memorializes the values that I think this board has expressed for years, that we value our teachers, we want District 25 to be a great place to serve as an educator. So I'm going to echo some of what you said, Kendra. You know, on behalf of the board, thank you to everyone that sat on both sides of the negotiating table. So thank you again to Brian and Kevin and Melissa. Thank you to Kendra and Stacy, to Allison and your leadership team, and anyone else I'm forgetting that was involved in the process, because we are grateful to everyone for your time and energy. So if we're ready, Lana, if you could please call the vote.
Jogi?
Yes.
Cerniglia?
Yes.
Tranter?
Yes.
Michael?
Yes.
Scapalato?
Yes.
Neerman? Yes. Buchberger?
Yes.
Thank you, Lana. The motion carries 7-0. We're continuing to another action item to approve the employee compensation for 2026 through 2027. Can I have a motion, please?
Mr. President,
Yes, Liz.
I move that the Board of Education approve the 2026-2027 employee compensation for current teacher assistants, building support technicians, registered nurses, educational support personnel, other support personnel, food service, and administrators as submitted.
Thank you, Liz. And a second, please.
Second.
Thank you, Kevin. Kendra, if you could please share the information.
For sure. I would like to present the board with our recommendation for non-union salary proposal and administrative compensation plan for the 2026-27 school year. In developing these recommendations, particular attention was given to roles that have taken on increasingly complex responsibilities in support of student learning, safety, and operations. The proposed adjustments help ensure that Arlington Heights School District 25 remains competitive within the local labor market while recognizing the valuable contributions these employees make to our school each day. In addition, the board is being presented with the 26-27 administrative compensation plan. Individual contracts are included for all returning administrators. These recommendations also recognize the increasing complexity and responsibilities associated with school and district leadership. Our administrators play a critical role in supporting student achievement, ensuring safe and inclusive learning environments, managing daily operations, and fostering strong relationships throughout our community. We are fortunate to experience very little leadership turnover, and we are grateful for the opportunity to continue investing in and developing our talented team. At this time, I recommend the Board of Education approve the 26-27 non-union salaries and administrative compensation plan as presented. I'm happy to answer any questions.
Great. Thank you, Kendra. Any questions from the board? Okay. So what I would like to add for this one, and really in keeping with what I shared moments ago, I want to add now that we are grateful to all our administrators and staff covered by these proposals. So along with our teachers, they are essential to bringing to life the mission, vision, and goals of our district. We applaud their work and appreciate these proposals to honor their efforts. Lana, if you could please call the vote.
Cerniglia?
Yes.
Tranter?
Yes.
Michael?
Yes.
Scapalato?
Yes.
Neerman?
Yes.
Buchberger?
Yes.
Jogi?
Yes.
Thank you, Lana. The motion carries 7-0. Our next item is an action item to approve the superintendent contract. Can I have a motion, please?
Mr. President,
Yes, Liz.
I move that the Board of Education approve the superintendent's employment contract effective July 1st, 2026 through June 30th, 2031, with all other terms and conditions as reflected.
Thank you, Liz. A second, please.
Second?
Thank you, Kevin. Now, normally I would turn to a staff member to share comments about this, but this is obviously a discussion between us and Dr. K. So what I want to share before we vote is that, and I know all of you know this, but our board is invested in the foundational principles of effective governance. And in considering the superintendent's employment contract proposed this evening, we are set to take action on Principle 3, the board employs a superintendent. Effective school board governance is built on a productive relationship with the board's sole employee, the superintendent. The relationship is grounded in mutual respect and trust, beginning with a thoughtfully crafted employment contract. As a board, we are proud to bring this contract forward for consideration. We look forward to Dr. K's continued leadership as superintendent of Arlington Heights School District 25. Lana, if you could please call the vote.
Yes.
Sorry. Tranter?
Yes.
Michael?
Yes.
Scapalato?
Yes.
Neerman?
Yes.
Buchberger?
Yes.
Jogi?
Yes.
Cerniglia?
An emphatic yes.
Thank you, Lana, and the motion carries 7-0. Thank you, Dr. K. Thank you. And this brings us to your report, Dr. K, Superintendent's report.
Well, a couple of thanks to give. I'll start with the motion that was just taken. That was a blessing. I appreciate the confidence that the board has in my leadership, and I give a lot of thanks to the trust you have in my team that we've assembled, including all of the administrators on the cabinet level, the administrators that lead all the buildings, and the teachers that are first in front of the kids each morning. Your support of them, not only in approving the ATA contract this evening, says a lot about the culture that has been created and what you hope to continue for the next 4 years for their contract. And then you also acknowledged the work of all of the other non-union employees and the efforts they have in contributing to the student learning within this district. So tonight was a big night of work that is still yet to be done, but excited to do that work for the next 5 years of this contract. So thank you for your vote of confidence and your willingness to be open, honest, and direct about the work that still needs to get done. So I want to continue that open relationship that we all have. And thank you. I also want to acknowledge it's a big night for somebody seated at this table. It was also her last action item call for the board. So I just wanted to acknowledge the moment, let it sit. I know you do. But she also has a sidecar with her today, Diane, so welcome Diane to the future. But Lana, today is the last official day with you on site, the last official board meeting. It's been 13 years of you dedicating time to this district, so I know we've recognized you already, but this is it. This is the final meeting, and we just wanted to say thank you on behalf of the district and on behalf of the board. Thank you for your dedication. And I know you still live in the community, so we hope to see you around. Kendra will be offering you an opportunity to sub in the near future. take your time, enjoy your retirement, but we know and we want you to know that the door is always open for you to return and say hello, or to come back and work in a new capacity if you're ever interested. So Lana, I want to give you the moment to not just call for a roll call, but do you have any words you'd like to share in the final meeting?
I'll be very brief because I'll probably start crying. It's very bittersweet, me leaving. I've been here since 2011. I left after 4 years, came back for the past 9. It's been an honor working with the board. It really has. You're all wonderful people, and you do a lot, and you care. And it's been wonderful. Wonderful getting to know you personally and professionally. And the district is my family away from my family. And there's a lot of love there. We've had a lot of laughs. It's been some tough times, as Brian and Anisha can remember. But it's been wonderful and fulfilling, and Diane is going to be fabulous. She is going to be amazing. So you're in great hands. You're in great hands. So thank you for your service to the board and for your support of me through the years. It's been an honor. So good luck.
And we'll see you at the farmer's market, right, Lana? Okay, yeah. You'll see.
Thanks, Lana. And I also want to acknowledge you have been doing double duty, trying to train and prepare Diane. That is not an easy task when you walk in to do your job. And while you're doing it, try to help and lead and guide and coach and explain all of the tasks you are doing for someone. And that's been over the last month. So I know that that is not an easy task. So when you wake up tomorrow morning, not only do you not have to come here to work, but you also don't have to continue training anyone. You can just relax, sleep, and I hear retirement wake-ups feel a lot better. So we hope to hear back from you soon to hear if that's accurate. So thank you, Lana, for your dedication. We appreciate it. I have a couple others that have already been highlighted. The South and Thomas graduation, great event. I was thrilled to be on the stage, and a lot of emotions hit you when you're watching all of the students stare right at you as all of their families and their friends and their loved ones are also watching them. It's a great moment, and I recognize it's only 8th grade that's being honored, and the 8th grade staff and the South and Thomas staff that are present, but you mentioned it, Liz. It really is early childhood through 8th grade that should get to the recognition for all of the effort that made it, that helped those students make it to that point. So I'm glad you recognized it really is a culmination of 10 years of effort if you attended early childhood and kindergarten in this district. So it's an awesome event. I'm thrilled we continue to do it. And I got an email today from Lori and Steve. They already want to set the date for next year. So get ready, a fun year ahead. Summer U and ESY are in full swing at this point. It is amazing to know that we have so many staff that want to continue giving back to the students in this community. And on top of that, we also invite others from the local area to interview and apply to be part of our team. And we do also get other staff from other school districts that want to contribute to our Summer U and ESY program, but a majority of our staff comes from within. So a big thanks to our staff who are willing to dedicate even more time to give back for continued learning. We've done it multiple times already tonight, thanking the cooperation of the ATA and the leadership, our administrators, to get to this ATA agreement. It is not an easy task. There's a lot of work that goes into it, and it's a challenge, and I feel like we need to acknowledge the work that the board does to continue building and strengthening that relationship with the ATA Executive Board. It is hard work, but it's worthwhile work for the benefit of our students in the end. So congratulations to not only the board, but the ATA for all of your efforts. All right. There was a letter that was sent home regarding a student password incident, and that incident is continuing to be investigated. So we have another meeting on Thursday to talk to the third party that's helping us continue the investigation. So I anticipate sending a letter to the community as an update. I don't know if it will happen this week. More will come as our conversation guides us as to what the next steps will be. But I just wanted you guys to know that letter went out on May 18th, on Monday, May 18th, and we're continuing to investigate, and we'll send an update to the community when the information comes in. And then we have an exciting July 4th parade coming up. We had over 120 community members, staff, administrators join us in the Memorial Day Parade, and we have about 100 that have shown and expressed interest to join the July 4th Parade. So I'm excited that we will be on display and celebrating America in our community. District 25 obviously plays a big role in Arlington Heights, so I'm glad we are playing a role in that event. I am not requiring you to be part of it, but the opportunity for you to join is always there if your plans change for July 4th. But I'm excited. We have a large group that's going to be present, so if you're interested, the opportunity is always there. And you're
District 25 at the 250.
Yeah, we tried to plan that, the 250. Yeah.
Very cool.
Very exciting. Those are the topics I had to share in my superintendent update. Thank you for giving me that time. The next one is the Freedom of Information Act. B, our administrative team ensured that all inquiries were addressed accurately and on schedule, meeting all legal requirements for timely disclosure. In our ongoing commitment to transparency, the district fulfilled one FOIA request over the last month since the last board meeting. Any questions? All right. And letter C, the first reading of policies, Press 121. We had a policy meeting before the last board meeting, and all but a couple moved forward with some discussion, and I just want to highlight a couple that got more discussion but still advanced for first reading. 2:260, the uniform grievance procedure. Visually, when we looked at the printout, it looked as if the names might be in the wrong place, and Kendra's name was written too many times. But upon further inspection, I just want to make sure that those on the policy committee know that it's accurate. We just couldn't see the boxes that outlined where the information went. So thank you, Lana, for confirming that all of that information is accurate online, but in our printout, it was too faint to actually see the boxes. So thank you, Lana. That also applied to 7:20, the harassment of students prohibited. It looked like, again, we had the names in different places than they should be for our Title IX coordinator and our non-discrimination coordinator. But again, Lana confirmed that those are all accurate and we are good the way they are. And the policy committee brought them to move forward anyway, but we just wanted to look into that to make sure it was okay. Another policy that the policy committee had some further discussion on was 6:145 migrant students. The board just talked about, are we making sure that we're providing all that's necessary for our students that identify as migrants, and is there an increase in the number of migrant students we have? So we're moving forward with the policy as written, and we continue to support fully all students, whether they are migrants or non-migrants. But I just wanted to make sure there was an acknowledgement of our discussion, although we continued, no changes made to it to advance it to first reading. And lastly, since the policy meeting, 5:60, titled Expenses, we are moving forward with the changes as discussed, but we also made an update. And this one is significant. It actually comes out of negotiations with the ATA, and it's on personal injury. So if you read the updated language, even those that are on the policy committee, I think it's worthwhile to read the changes that we are asking to be included. And the reason we pulled it out of ATA negotiations is because we want all staff to benefit from the new language. So imagine you're a staff member working with students who are struggling to be calm and ready to learn, and you happen to have your glasses knocked off and they get stepped on and they break. We don't currently have a policy that protects personal wear from being financially supported. So we've had a couple situations in the past and a couple this school year that have driven us to think more carefully about how can we support our staff when their personal items may get broken in the act of their work. So that language is there. It was negotiated. We've had Tony Luisi look at it as well. And we're really happy to add it to this policy so that all staff can benefit, not only the ATA, but all non-union as well. So that language was not there during the policy meeting, so I just want to make sure you guys see that. And if you have any questions, we can address it again at the second reading.
And Dr. K, what policy number was that again?
Thank you for asking. 5:6060.
Okay. Okay, great. Thank you.
Yeah, so assuming we will find this to be a favorable addition to 5:60, my ask of the board would be to retroactively apply this to this school year, even though we wouldn't be voting on it to support it or not support it until the next board meeting. So a lot to think about, but we have one more opportunity to discuss it in July. But I just want to highlight and encourage everyone to read it so you understand what the additional language is. Good? Any questions on that? All right. And that ends my report on the policies. Okay. Policy Committee, any additions or questions you guys had? Great, thank you.
All right. Thank you, Dr. K. We are at the second community input section, but we have no blue slips. So we are then going to continue to the future agenda items. So right now, I want to ask, are there any new items that we need to consider for potential future discussion? Any new items? Okay, not seeing any. Do we have any?
I don't have any new items, but I just want to acknowledge the conversation that we did have at the last board meeting on instructional technology, educational technology. Like, that is something we said we would bring back to a future meeting. I anticipate bringing that one back in July.
Great. Thank you for that update, Dr. K. The board needs to return to closed session to continue working on the same topics announced earlier. The board cannot take any action during closed session, and we will not take any action when we return to open session afterwards. Can I have a motion, please, to return to closed session for the reasons previously noted?
Mr. President.
Yes, Liz.
I move that we return to closed session for the reasons previously noted.
Thank you, Liz. A second, please.
Second.
Thank you, Kevin. And for one more time, Lana, will you please call the roll?
For the last time, and thank you. It's 8:30. Sorry, I had to note that. Michael?
Yes.
Scapalato?
Yes.
Neerman?
Yes.
Buchberger?
Yes.
Jogi?
Yes,
Cerniglia?
Yes.
Tranter?
Yes, and thank you, Lana.
Thank you, Lana. The motion carries 7-0. We are adjourned.